Good evening. This is Justine. I'm Narina Dermanesian, and we have a fair trade protest happening in downtown Los Angeles. We have reporters on scene to talk to some of the protesters about their cuts. Hello, sir. Can you tell me what's going on over here? What is this protest about?
In America, we have mostly free markets. With a free market economy, we have mostly unrestricted competition between privately owned businesses. We have private ownership where people are able to own businesses and property. Things that are used to transport products, such as land, factories, oil, just to list a few, are, for the most part, owned by individual people and companies, and not by the government. There are exceptions, though, because America is not completely capitalist. Government does still play a role in our society, but not enough to stop the greedy corporations from abusing their powers created through a free market.
For the viewers at home, can you tell me what is actually capitalism in America?
I think it's really a question of how big businesses use a capitalist economy in America to use their own powers to leverage themselves. Corporations are paying large sums of money to politicians to avoid taxes, and we strongly advocate against this. There are many issues when it comes to these mega corporations.
And how is capitalism abused in America?
The biggest issue are tax havens and low wage workers. Our American economy has set up a society to chase profits so much that many large corporations evade taxes as well as take their manufacturers out of the country. In the past year, U.S. companies seeking to avoid high corporate tax rates stockpiled an additional $154 billion overseas, bringing the grand total to more than $2 trillion. We don't want these tax burdens to fall on the middle and lower class, as well as the small businesses. We must take a stand against the greed and bring justice to America.
Hi.
Hi,
What's your name?
Sarah Cross.
Okay, Sarah, which company has worked the most to deny global warming?
ExxonMobil has been the company that's worked the most to deny global warming. On the Don't Buy ExxonMobil Activist Toolkit found on Greenpeace.org, it states ExxonMobil, one of the largest corporations on the planet, has spent the last decade working to sabotage action on global warming. ExxonMobil has spent more money than any other oil company in order to derail U.S. policy on global warming and ensure our dependence on fossil fuels. The actions recommended in the toolkit are gas station protests and alerting local media. So the solution is avoid all ExxonMobil gas stations.
Awesome. And also, which company has one of the worst employee rights records?
The company that has one of the worst employee records is Walmart. The CarnegieCouncil.org reports that since 2005, Walmart has paid $1 billion in damages to U.S. employees having to do with unpaid work. Walmart also doesn't allow their employees to have any collective unions for any grievances. Worst of all, Walmart can be connected to the deaths of injuries of hundreds of people in workplace accidents, most recently in Bangladesh. So the solution is don't shop at Walmart.
Well, Sarah, I see you're very aware of this issue, so I'm going to ask you a couple more questions.
Sure.
Which company has done the most to make our food toxic, in your opinion?
Well, in my opinion, the company that's made our food the most toxic is Monsanto. Monsanto created and uses genetically modified organisms, also known as GMOs. Basically, the seeds are sterile, so the farmers have to buy them every year from Monsanto. There's a lot of controversy over the health benefits of GMO seeds. Monsanto also introduced BST, which is a growth hormone used in dairy cows that has been linked with breast cancer, colon cancer, and prostate cancer in humans. So the solution is only buy products that are labeled non-GMO, such as cereal and corn products, and also only buy non-BST products for dairy.
Can you also explain me a little about the bottled public drinking water in California without a permit over 25 years or something?
Yeah, there's a company, Nestle, which is located in Glendale, that basically, it was reported in the independentco.uk by Tim Walker that even though we had a drought, the food giant Nestle of Northern California went into the California National Forest of Southern California and were taking water from public land, and their permit had been expired for 25 years. So the solution is don't buy Arrowhead bottled spring water.
Also, the last question, Sarah. Which company has been the most active in destroying our government?
The company that hands down that has been that done the most to destroy our government is the Koch Industries, which is run by the Koch brothers. The publicexchange.org states that the Koch brothers are known for thwarting public policy, forcing policies on funded politicians, judges, and organizations, working to destroy minimum wage, unions, and social security, resegregation of public schools, and toxic pollution. So the solution is don't buy any products made by Koch Industries that are listed on the handout given to you.
Thank you, Sarah.
All right, you're welcome.
What is fair trade exactly?
Fair trade is the process of choosing to buy merchandise that are specifically products of adequately paid and happy working individuals and families. It's about being aware and taking action and making sure you don't support the companies that take advantage of their laborers with low wages, minimal benefits, or child workers. The way trade has worked before has primarily disadvantaged the poorest producers.
What are the names of some companies that I can be sure are fair trade?
Well, some of the most well-known companies that you can happily support are Ben & Jerry's Ice Cream, Rishi Tea, Fair Hills Wine, Green Mountain Coffee Roasters, you know, those people that make your K-Cups for your Keurigs, or Blends for Life.
In your opinion, where can people go to find out more information on this issue?
It's as easy as taking out your phone and going online. FairTradeAmerica.org, FairTradeUSA.org, FairTradeFederation.org, GlobalExchange.org. There are a number of places you can search to find out information on companies. But even when you go grocery shopping, look at your products. And if you can see the Fairtrade logo on it, you can be assured that that product came from an appreciated laborer.
How can people go to support more fair trade certified farmers and products?
Well, purchasing fair trade products is the best way to support fair trade certified farmers. It not only proves that you actually care where your products come from, but it spreads awareness as you do it. Author, professor, and activist Dr. Kathryn Sorrell breaks it down to 4 simple steps to help you start making a change. The first being, observe your consumption patterns. Note where you shop, what you buy, and where your purchases are produced. The second is that you have to educate yourself. Knowledge is power. If you're unsure, find out about the working conditions of the laborers who spent the time making your t-shirt, your shoes, or your coffee. Her third point is that actions speak louder than words. Hold yourself responsible for what you know. Do not turn a blind eye and let people be taken advantage of, because it could have easily been you or your children doing that same unappreciated work. Sorrell's fourth point is about unity. As a single person, you can make a change. However, joining with others to challenge the larger issue will bring about larger results.
Hey, what's your name?
Dahlia.
Dahlia, I see you have an increasing minimum wage sign. Can you tell me a little about the sign? What are the advantages of minimum wages?
Increasing the minimum wage, there is a lot of advantage about it. One advantage is to help poor people and protect working class from the profit intention of their employers.
Okay.
Another advantage of increasing the wage is to improve the living standard, meaning working class will be able to pay more of their expenses and away from debts. One example is Los Angeles. The cost of living here in Los Angeles is very high. So economists said that $30 is a must in order to afford living in Los Angeles. And to avoid them from like moving to other cities.
To smaller cities, because Los Angeles is a big city,
It's
so
a big-
yeah, it's very expensive.
It's very expensive, and then some families, low-income families, they were forced to move to other cities. And another advantage is the money spent from the consumer. So if they actually spend their money, some companies they will actually benefit out of it.
Awesome, thank you.
When you consider how many small businesses surrounded you in your everyday life, it is impressive to think about the amount of time commitment, and labor these hardworking individuals contribute to make their businesses both come to life and stay alive. Many of us frequently shop from chain stores without considering our local merchant or other small business options. I won't give you some reason why we have to support our local small businesses. First of all, what is the meaning of local businesses? A company which provides goods and services to local population. The term may also be used to describe a franchise or corporate branch operating within a local area. For example, any family owns restaurants, shop, and etc. like Big Mama Papa's Pizza, Cafe Bravo, taco stand, and any non-national wide coffee shop and ice cream store. In order to obtain status as a small local business within the city of Los Angeles, the supplier must have gross receipt of less than $3 million for the previous fiscal year. Additionally, the supplier must have a City of Los Angeles business tax registration certificate. First reason, improve local economy. Research shows for every dollar that you spend at the local business, $68 will stay in a community. Instead, when you spend same amount of money in national chain companies, only $43 stay in community. Better com- better customer service. Everybody knows how hard it is to reach customer service representative when you call 1-800 number. However, when you call small local shop, it's not hard to reach business owners. Create a job. Local business are better at creating higher paying job for your neighbors. When you shop locally, you help creating job for teachers, firemen, police officer, and many other essential professionals. Help to environment an important one. Buying from local business conserving energy and resources in the form of less fuel for transportation and less packaging.
Back to the studio. Um, According to Nicole Rahal, there are more than 28.2 million businesses operating in the United States as of March 2014. So, what are the actions that we can actually take to support our small businesses? Because there are a lot of people benefiting from our small businesses. As a consumer, according to Sorrell, find out about the working conditions of the people who make the goods you consume. Engage in dialogue with the people who provide services for you while on vacation or when consuming a cultural experience. So when we're shopping at smaller businesses, we support the businesses by just thinking that at the chain stores, what are the environment that people work there? What is the minimum wage when we get out of the low prices from the products that we buy? We have to make responsible and conscious choices of what we get from the chain stores. Actually, they're by just thinking how a small business is getting back to a community, how the diversity of product there are in that stores, and how the inventories that are easier in small businesses, how they're done. It gives us the second thought to think about why we should support the small businesses and not the chain stores and bigger companies.
Fair trade or no trade?
Code 3, I need a
Fair trade or no trade?
backup.